But with that, let me make sure you guys are here with me. Just jump in the chat. Just put what school you go to or what school district you're in. I believe we got all high schoolers on here. So we might have one or two middle schools on here. But we got our community here. So let me see what schools you guys go to before we kick this thing off. Northeastern in the house. Central, okay. Northeastern Central. No, we got a couple different schools on here. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So again, the thought of these calls are it's my fault. I know I became a little inconsistent when I wasn't around for you guys for these last 2 weeks. But the thought of these calls are going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to add more people. You can invite your friends as well. The only rule is they can't be over 18 and they can't be elementary school. But if you are in middle or high school, this call is for you. Guys, with that, I want to jump in for today. Just real quick, just having a quick conversation with you guys. But I want to check in on you guys. Though. I want to see what's one thing that you've been struggling with, like the past week, the past month since the school year started. Whatever. There's no right or wrong answer. But what is one thing that you would say you've been struggling with? Not the Sally. Well, I'm in the chat. I'm in the chat waiting for you guys. I'm in the chat. I'm in the chat waiting for you guys. I want you guys to drop in the chat. What is something that you've been struggling with? In other words, like a thorn in your side, right? If we're talking about like a rose bush, what's something that's been a thorn in your side? It could be school. I know some of y'all got relationships. Relationships could be something that you're struggling with. It could be family problems. I know everybody doesn't have a perfect life, but what is something that you've been struggling with? Yep, I see it. Keeping up with work and school. Yep, working 2 jobs, crashing colleges. Yep, I love it. I love it. Yep, all my schoolwork, responsibility, and accountability, getting over someone I love, and my motivation. I love it. I love it. Yep, and then the second thing I want to do is what's one thing you're looking forward to? Yep, so in the next week, the next month, it could be the next year. What's something that's coming up in the near future that you're looking forward to? Yeah, come on, I'm still in the chat with you guys. You have something that you're looking forward to. Come on, I hear that. Graduation. Come on, I'm there. I hear that. I'll ski, yeah. I hear that. All right, going to North Carolina for my birthday this coming weekend. Oh, it's your birthday. My birthday's on Wednesday. Scorpio season. Ow. I don't like high school. Going to another Eagles game. I'm looking forward to that too. I'm looking forward to that too. I like it. I like it. So watch this, guys. Watch this, guys. It's very important because like life happens. There's ups and downs. There's goods and bads. But I just think it's important to be able to realize like the stuff we're going through. Because believe it or not, some of you guys said the same thing when it came to stuff you're struggling with. Right? We don't gotta go to the same school to struggle with the same thing. We don't gotta be around each other every day to like have some of the same experiences. So that's why I like doing activities like that because it's important. Like I'm not crazy enough to think that you guys just because you guys are kids, you guys don't go through stuff. I know life ain't easy, but when we identify the different stuff, that's how we can get through it and get over it. So watch this, guys. I only wanted to talk to you guys about one thing today, and it's this term I call swag. Yep, swag. Just do me a favor in the chat. Just put swag. 1G, not two. And one G, not two. Swag, swag. And swag stands for students with academic goals. Yep, students with academic goals. Students with academic goals. That's what swag is, right? So I want us to increase our swag. So watch this, guys, because I was reading and I was like, man, every time I read something, every time I learn something, I get excited because I want to share it with you guys. So when we think about this thing called swag, students with academic goals, what I want you guys to start to realize is goal setting is vital to your success as a student. Yep. Yep. Goal setting is vital. If you guys are writing notes, that's something to write down. Setting goals is important. It's crucial. It's vital to your success. I can't emphasize this enough. So do me a favor, just be honest with me, guys, because I know I'm not that old. Does school seem boring to you? Like, do you find yourself like when you're in class daydreaming? If yes, that means today is for you. I'm glad you guys are here. Come on. I'm talking to you. If school seems boring, not boring, just stressy. Like for me, it was boring. It's like as soon as I would get into a class, after 5 or 10 minutes, I start dozing off. Right? It's hard to stay focused on something I'm not interested in. Yep. So what I love is after all these years, I started realizing the power of goal setting and that my academics began to shift when I started to set goals. So watch this, guys. Growing up, school was always a challenge for me. Right? What I was being taught, it never really interested me. My best classes was gym and lunch. Yeah, and the classes my wife was in with me. Yeah, she didn't know at the time she was going to be my wife, but she helped me in a lot of classes. But the classes she wasn't in, like, yeah, I struggled. I found myself not too concerned with what was being taught. Right. The best part, again, the best part for me was gym, lunch, and any class that Tanique was in. Seriously, like at high school lunch, I was talking to all my friends, and guess what? When I got to college, the same thing happened. I was either free, like during basketball, or we'll meet in the cafeteria, but it's like nothing school wise. The only reason I would go to school was just to see my friends and have fun. Right. It all started by me setting academic goals when my life started to change. The goals I set forever changed the way I approached academics. Right. This is for my students who get bored just like me. Yeah, this is why academic goals are so important. We're about to dive in and talk about this because I promise you it works. It will give you a sense of meaning and purpose, right? It gives you a reason to show up to school every day and give nothing less than your very best. Yeah, come on, I'm talking to you. Setting academic goals has absolutely nothing to do with the subjects that you like. Yep, yep. Somebody needs to write this down. Academic goals have nothing to do with if you like the subject or not. Yeah. So when people tell me they struggle in class and they don't like this class or they don't like that class, believe it or not, I could care less about the classes that you like. When you have academic goals, it's not about whether you like the class or not. It's about rising to your level of excellence to achieve the goal that you set for yourself. Yeah, it's about challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone, to step out of your norm, and to strive and to try to achieve more and better. So I don't want you guys to think as we enter this week that the academic goals is going to solve all your problems. What it's about is challenging yourself because believe it or not, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't. The school tricks you guys into thinking if you get a bad grade, that means you're dumb. And if you get a good grade, that means you're smart. Believe it or not, it's really about the work that you put in. Like I know people, I was never the smartest kid, but I could outwork people. I could turn my assignments in first. I could go talk to the teachers. Like there's always stuff that we can do. So I want to make this tangible. What I want you guys to do as we end this call, I told you guys these calls are 10, 15 minutes. What I want you guys to do as we end this call, if you have a piece of paper, cool. If you don't have a piece of paper, open your notes in your phone. Yeah, we got to write this part down. Yeah, I'll give you guys a couple seconds. I know you guys know how to do everything on your phone until it's time for somebody to tell you what to do on your phone. Now it's like, oh, my phone's not working. Yeah, but go ahead and open your notes. And what I want you to do is I want to have two different columns. So like basically split it in half. If it's your notes, you're gonna have a top column and a bottom column. But on the top column, what I want you to do, and you don't have to do this right now, but just write academic goals. And I want you to make 3 academic goals that you have for yourself, and I want you to send them to me. All of you guys have my phone number. But when you make these academic goals, because again, guys, believe it or not, I'm just silly enough to believe. I believe you have to see it, right? Once you see it, you believe it, and once you believe it, it's easier to achieve it. Right. So what I want us to do is I want us to write down 3 to 5 academic goals that we would like to achieve. Your goals can be for this school year, this semester, or even this month or week. But in that first column, we're going to have academic goals, and we're going to write down our goals. After our academic goals, what I want us to do is I want to write what type of effect the academic goal will have on your grades. So, for example, an academic goal is I'm going to use flashcards to memorize stuff taught in class. The effect on my grade, I will receive an A instead of a B. Yeah, that's a goal. Right? That is a literal, tangible goal. I can make sure that every class I go to, I take notes and then I write the notes on the flashcard. That's called studying. Yep, I can make sure that just for this week, every assignment my teacher gives me, I turn in. Yep. Yeah, come on. When we talk about academic goals, there are things that we can tangibly do to begin to move the needle in our academic careers. So I don't want you guys to make this super difficult or super hard or nothing like that. I want you guys to think about where you're at right now. So I know some of us don't have any Fs, some of us do. If we have any Fs, one goal, no Fs this market period. Yep. Yeah, well, no F's this market period. If that's the goal, what can we tangibly do? I can make sure I go study a little bit more. I can make sure I go talk to my teacher. I can make sure I turn all my work in. What happens is we start worrying about the class and we start worrying about the teacher and we start worrying about everything else instead of worrying about the goal that we made for ourselves in the class that we need to pass. Yep. So this week is going to take a little bit of focus. Yeah, I know. Those girls are cute, and I know those boys you like a lot. But all I'm saying is for the 5 days, 5 days, guys, because we're almost to Thanksgiving break. For 5 days, I don't want you to focus on anything but your academic goals. And if you guys think I'm asking anything that you're not able to do, just let me know now in the chat so I can just change it. Because I try to ask stuff that I know you guys can do. I know each and every one of you guys can create a goal for your school. I know each and every one of you guys are actually really smart, are actually really athletic, not to mention smart. Like let's not play with this and act like we just dumb and we no, I know. We get distracted. I know dumb stuff happens. But believe it or not, guys, we have a chance right now this week to get on the other side of that. We have a chance to build some momentum towards our success. Yep. So do me a favor because I want to close this thing out. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Do me a favor. If you have 3 goals already, just jump in the chat and say I have them. If you need help, just jump in the chat and say I need help. But I'm going to be looking. Matter of fact, let me take a screenshot of this now. And let me see. Let me see who's on here. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it now so I can make sure if I don't get a text message from you, I can make sure I can text you and I can get on your head. Yeah, that's what I like to do to kids these days. Yeah, if you push people hard enough, they'll crash out. That's what you guys say, right? Crash out. Yeah, if you push somebody, if you challenge somebody enough, they'll crash out. They'll quit. They don't want to do it no more. It's not fun no more. Like the goal I had, I thought it was going to be easy. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. What I'm telling you is if you focus on the goal instead of focusing on the class, that you'll actually have something that you're shooting for and have a higher chance of success. Yep. So as I close this thing out, I want you guys to I want to make sure that you guys send this to me. Yep. So if you don't have my number, just jump in the chat and just say I need it. I'll put it in there. But I'm pretty sure everybody has my number. So I'll be looking out because it's still early. I know y'all like to be up to 12 and 1 in the morning scrolling on TikTok and Snapchat. So I'll look out for it. But as we close this thing, what I want you guys to enter this week with, the thought process that I want you guys to enter this week with. I was reading a book with my wife, and they was talking about this guy, and this guy was building a house of cards. Real quick, has anybody ever seen like if you build a house of cards, you guys know what that means? Like if you use a deck of cards and you build a house, and it's like the house goes up with the cards. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I seen people do it, and I was like, oh, that's easy. I tried to do it real quick, and it wasn't as easy as it looked. Like it takes a long time. It took the dude like a few months to build the house of cards up. And the crazy thing was that the craziest thing, and this is why I said it's so easy to get somebody to crash out, because my man spent all these months building the house of cards up, and the guy that asked him to build the house of cards came in one day to check on it, and he accidentally bumped the table. And what do you guys think happened to the cards? Yeah, he bumped the table. He bumped the house of cards, and all the cards fell over. And all the cards fell over, and my man was ready to crash out. And the old head said to him, he said, this is just like your reputation. It takes months, years to build up a reputation. And in 1 second, you can ruin your whole entire reputation. As we enter this week, what I want you guys to realize, people will you can do 100 things for somebody, and the one time you tell them no, guess what they're going to remember? That no. Our lives are the same way. You can do the right thing every day of the week. And if you go into school tomorrow and you crash out, guess what you're going to be known as? Yeah, you can be a A student. And if you just stop turning in your work and you start vaping, guess what you're going to be known as? Yep. You could be one of the kids who don't worry about boys, don't worry about girls. And the second that you get with somebody and you start getting active and you try to be grown out here, guess what you're going to be known as? Like, it's bizarre to me that when you can do the right thing, people won't know you as that. But the second you do the wrong thing, people will know you as that. And I say that to say every day is important, guys. Every day matters. Bro, you can't tell me that you're going to be a good student tomorrow and then Tuesday you're going to go back to crashing out. You're going to go talking about spinning the block. You don't care about your grade. It doesn't work like that. And what I don't want you guys to do is set yourself up to where some days matter and some days don't. Because when you become an adult and you're like that, those are the adults that never achieve their goals. Those are the adults that walk around angry. The weather dictates their mood. And that's not what I want for you guys. I want you guys to live a life of success. And the part that I love is you guys can start right now by little small decisions, and little small things you guys do. So as we enter this week, remember, swag. Just do me a favor. We're about to close this thing out. Just type swag for me again. Let me make sure you guys are still here. Just type swag. And if somebody remembers what swag stands for, just type that in the chat too. Yeah, just type that in the chat too. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Students with academic goals. Believe it or not, the class that you're in, I know science is hard. ELA is hard. I know algebra is hard. I know these classes ain't easy. They're not meant to be easy. But when you have a goal for the class, if my goal is I will not fail any classes, guess what? The class don't matter. I know what I'm shooting for. Yep, I will get honor roll this marking period. I know what I got to do. If it's hard, I might have to spend some more time. I might have to study a little bit more. I don't want it to be easy. Because if it's easy, that means everybody can do it. And I know that I'm special. I know that I'm chosen. And I know that I'm not meant for what everybody else gets. And with that, guys, this brings us to an end. This is the time that I pray us out. So if you are not comfortable with prayer, if you don't believe in Christianity or God, I'm perfectly fine with that. I want you guys to go ahead and log off. But as we everybody else, I'm going to give them like 10, 15 seconds to log off. I'll close this out with a quick prayer, and then we'll wrap this thing up and get